I was tucking in my 2-year-old. He said, "Goodbye, Dad." I said, "No, we say goodnight." He said, "I know, but this time it's goodbye." Had to check on him a few times to make sure everything was okay. My 5-year-old, "Mom, I need you to throw away 2 of my Barbies." Me, "Why?" Her, "Because they looked back at me." My 3-year-old son was softly singing while he was coloring. I stopped to listen, but I had never heard the song before. I asked where he learned it and he said, "The lady in my bedroom sang it to me." I work at a summer camp, and one day I was playing with this kid who was jumping off of things and onto me. I said, "Hey, be careful. If you kill me, I can't play with you anymore." He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "No, but I can play with you." My daughter, age 3, told me in graphic detail how to conduct a post-mortem. She said, "I know what I'm talking about. I did it for 20 years." My brother-in-law grabbed a picture of his mother who had died in a car crash when he was 6 to show me. When my niece saw the picture, she started laughing. We asked her what was so funny and she looked at us and said, "That's my special friend who sings to me." My mom told me when I was a kid, around the age of 4, I would go to my great-grandmother every day to spend some time with her. Every time I was going home, I would say to her, "God be with you." But one time when I was leaving, I told her, "Go with God." According to my mom, she tried to correct me, but I insist on saying, "Go with God." That night, when my son was 2, I told him to be careful when he was jumping around. He said, "It's okay, Mom. Grandpa George is watching me." My dad passed away when my son was 2 months old and we hadn't really talked about him. My mother was babysitting my daughter while I was at a doctor's appointment and she said, "Oh no, Grandma. Mama's not coming anymore today. She was in a bad accident. She can't come get us." I had indeed been in an accident that almost killed me at that exact time. None of my family had yet been notified. My 5-year-old asked me when he is going to be 23. I told him in 18 years. He said, "Well, I hope I don't die again, 'cause that's how old I was the last time I went to heaven." My sister got hit by a drunk driver in April and it totaled her car. She had my 4-year-old nephew and my infant niece with her. When my mom arrived at the hospital, my nephew asked her if he would thank the big guys. "What big guys, Kaiden?" "Grammy. The big guys that were in the car with me when it got loud and scary and they hugged me with their arms and kept me safe. Even the insurance adjuster cannot explain how either child escaped with not a scratch." Just today, my 4-year-old son told me, "I think we live in a pretend world and someone is playing with us." I asked him what he meant, and it got even weirder. "Well, it seems like someone does things to us, but we can't see them because we are in this world and they are not." My 4-year-old has an imaginary friend named John. A few months ago, he came to me and said, "Big John said he loves you," and walked away. Now he has always referred to him as his buddy John. For example, my buddy John and I. My grandfather's name was John, and everyone used to call him Big John. He passed away when I was 6 years old. We lived with him at the time of his passing. I have never referred to him as Big John or even John when speaking about him. Always just Grandpa. When I was about 4, my mom found me in the bathroom with all my Barbies, making them float face down in the bathtub. When she asked what I was doing, I replied, "The man in the wardrobe told me if I didn't do it, it would be my turn to swim face down." My 6-year-old nephew told my brother that everyone on Earth was a figment of Jonah's imagination, and that when Jonah wakes up, we'll all disappear. When asked who Jonah is, he replied, "He's the one who sleeps, the dreamer in the dream." Made my skin crawl the first time he told me. The other week, I was reading my 2-year-old daughter a bedtime story. When we finished, we were talking about being scared of ghosts, monsters, trolls, etc., and she turned to me and said, "Daddy, I'm not scared of ghosts." I asked, "Why is that?" To which she replied, "Because the one that comes into my room at night so I shouldn't throw him in the fire. 3-year-old daughter holding her baby brother for the first time. We were on a boat on vacation, and my 4-year-old cousin got really close to me and whispered in my ear, "I want to be a doctor so I can watch children die." I regularly babysit 2 girls, 3 and 5 years old, both blonde with huge blue eyes and big smiles. They are the creepiest people I have ever met. Once, after I picked them up from daycare, I tried to get them excited for dinner, seeing as they don't normally eat that much when I'm there. I asked them in an overly excited voice, "Hey guys, what do you want for dinner?" The eldest looks at me, runs away and hides behind a corner. Sticking her head out, she whispers, "I want skinned babysitter." I jokingly asked, "What's the best way to get a girlfriend?" 7-year-old's response, "Tell her to be my girlfriend or she'll never see her parents again."